start by priming our lid, and I'm using the NYX Proof It eyeshadow base, and then I'm blending that into my lid with a flat brush. Using this white matte shadow from the Beauty School Dropout palette from NYX, I'm going to apply that all over my lid with a flat brush just to set the eyeshadow base. For the transition color, I'm going to take this blue matte shadow from the 35B Morphe palette and use a fluffy brush to apply that into the crease, and I'm just going to go circular motions on the outside corner of my eye and then blend it back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and just until I'm happy with the consistency. And I just want to make sure that it really pops because it is the crease, so I want to make sure that there's a lot of definition since I'm using lots of blue shadows. Using a pencil brush, I'm going to create a deep V on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to use this dark navy shadow just to intensify the outer corner and apply the shadow in a V shape, and then blend it in with a fluffy brush, and then just add more shadow just to intensify the outer corner because we really want that defined. Using the NYX Pigment in Peacock, I'm going to apply it onto the entire lid with a flat brush, and just making sure to apply enough pressure to press it into the skin because there will be a little bit of fallout, as you can see. You want to just make sure you cover your entire lid. And then I'm going to soften up the edges with a fluffy brush, blending that into the crease. And then I'm just going to remove any fallout that happens. I wanted to get a little bit more oomph on the lid, so I applied some setting spray on my brush and then just applied a second coat of pigment onto the lid. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in person it really did help. And then I just went back in and defined the crease once more. So now, moving on to glitter, I'm going to take a lip brush from e.l.f. and apply the glitter primer from NYX all over the lid. And then I'm just going to dab on small amounts of the teal glitter from NYX all over the entire lid, starting off in the center and then just kind of building up the consistency throughout the lid. Right on top of the glitter, I'm going to apply the Peacock pigment that was used as a base to really intensify, because I wanted to get some texture onto the lid, and you can see like how much brighter it is. And then I'm just going back, defining the crease, adding some more Peacock, and then blending it out. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the Prismatic eyeshadow in Mermaid from NYX, and just really a bright metallic baby blue color, and just to really open up the inner corner of my eye. And of course, I'm just going to go back in to define the crease and blend it in, so blending is key for this look. So if you guys know me, I lived for a wing liner, but I just saw that wasn't appropriate for this look. It wasn't how I envisioned her to be, so I decided to use the Wet n Wild Face and Body Glitter in Spiked and just lined my lash line, and I applied it with a lip brush. Now that my lashes are on, I'm using the Koko lashes in Marilyn. I'm just going back in with the glitter and just kind of relining my lash line. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to be using this baby blue metallic shadow from the Beauty School Dropout palette, and use a flat brush from Urban Decay and just apply it all over my brow bone. And then I'm just going to blend it out with a fluffy brush just so it flows into the crease. For foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation to get really dewy skin, and I'm adding a little bit of the NYX Liquid Illuminator into the foundation and dabbing it onto my skin with a beauty blender. Now to highlight my face, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Concealer Wand in Fair, and I'm just going to highlight under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead, just to really brighten up those areas. And then I'm just going to blend that out with a beauty blender. And to brighten my under eyes, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Powder. Moving on to brows, I'm going to be using the eyeshadow that I used in the outer corner, the Navy Shimmer Shadow. And I'm basically going to be filling in my brows kind of like I normally would, and I'm going to be using a MAC 266 brush to apply that and just fill in the brows. They just kind of look a little bit darker. They don't look too navy, so I kind of liked how this turned out. I'm just going to remove the translucent setting powder that I had from my under eyes and then go back in and re-highlight the brow bone with that baby blue shimmer shadow. And to warm up my face, I'm going to be using the Too Faced bronzer in chocolate. So I'm going to be contouring my cheekbones, around my hairline, and my jawline to give myself a little bit of a skinnier, more defined jaw. For blush, I'm going to be using NYX HD Blush in the color Coraline. And for my highlight, I'm going to be using the same exact eyeshadow that I used on my brow bone. So I'm going to apply that with a e.l.f. concealer brush onto my cheekbone, bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and on top of my eyebrow. And I just kept intensifying the highlight because I felt that I needed more oomph. Going back to eyes, I'm going to be lining my waterline with NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. This is my holy grail. I use this every day to line my waterline. In a smudge brush, I'm going to line my lower lash line with Peacock, and then I'm going to go in and just kind of line the outer corner with the navy shadow. To line my lower lash line, I'm using the NYX Slide On Pencil in Jet Black. I love this because it's waterproof, so it's not going to budge at all. So I'm just going to go in, line my lower lash line, and when I get to my inner corner, I'm going to create a little point just to open up my eyes. Using the Prismatic shadow in Mermaid, I'm going to add a pop of color into the middle of my eye and drag it towards the inner corner, making sure to add that pop of color in the inner corner to really open up the eye. So I decided to add some individual lashes onto the outer corner. It struggles real when I was applying it because I'm not used to wearing acrylics. I just recently started wearing them again, so I had some trouble. But you just have to be really patient just to make sure that you do put mascara on before applying your individuals, because I totally forgot to do that. And now I'm going to go in and create these pretty little dots on the outer corner of my eye with the Studio Liquid Liner from NYX in Extreme Blue Sky. And I'm basically creating different sizes. The brush tip is really thin, so you're able to get a lot of really nice precision. And I'm basically using the outer corner as a guide to kind of make it seem like it's like splashing out. I don't know how to describe it, but I just kind of had this vision in my head. This is kind of what I came up with. And I dragged it all the way into the outer part of my pupil. Then I also went into the inner corner and added about 4 dots, dragging out from the inner corner of my eye. And then I added some more on the arch of my brow bone, going upward. To give my lips more an illusion of plumpness, I'm going in with the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade number 2 and lining the outer part of my lips. And then I'm going to go in and start applying the Prismatic eyeshadow in Mermaid. And basically dab that on with the flat brush onto my entire lip. The only thing that I would have done differently when applying this, I would have lined my lips before, because I did it at the end, you'll see right now. But with the Slide On waterproof eyeliner pencil in Azure, I would have done that before just so I can fill it in a lot easier. I did struggle a little bit with trying to get precision on my lips, and this color is so beautiful and so pigmented that would have really helped out in the overall application of the lip. And then lastly, I went in and decided to add a little bit of the Peacock pigment onto the inner part of my lip. And that completes this look. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. I had so much fun filming it for you guys. Miss you, and I will see you soon.